What's up, YouTube? So, a lot of times when I'm doing something, documenting something to put out there for on my channel, or trying to document some evidence, I'll get a distraction, right? A purpose distraction. Some might call it persecutory delusions, right? Or schizophrenia. I just call it, it's a purpose distraction. I'm convinced it's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences anymore. But if you're a TI, you know what I'm talking about. This happens to be one of those distractions, okay? This is a video, and I'm going to show you what I was doing, and then I'll show you what the distraction is, and then we'll you be the judge. You I'm sure that there's an explanation. It can be explained away, but what do you think it really is? Let me know in the comments. Enjoy the video.
Terrorism. And what's terrorism? Terrorism is a label they put on anybody who's doing something they don't like so they can torture and dehumanize you. And all the fucking order followers just, okay. And they just follow orders. And, the bad guys, they're jacking.
Try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds, they can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
You said, start over. Who is this? I'm sorry.
Yes, my name is Terry Walker.
Terry.
I'm with Valor Intelligent Processing. I'm looking to speak with Kathy Caphart, please.
I don't understand why you're calling my phone for that person.
Do you know who this person is? If I'm calling the wrong number, I'll be more than happy to call the
Well,
right number.
I don't. I before I can answer any of your questions, I kind of need you to answer my question. Why? How did you get this number to call for that person?
You might be associated with Kathy Caphart, sir. I'm just the middle person asking the questions and trying to reach out to Kathy Caphart.
I understand.
This is the wrong number. I don't mind removing the number so that way we can reach out to her at a different line, okay?
Well, before you do, how did you find out this number might be associated to her?
Okay, so I can't answer that question
Why can't you
again.
answer that
I already
question?
have. I'll go ahead and remove the number so you'll stop receiving the calls.
But
it's not a problem. You have a great day,
What's
sir.
what's wrong? Wow, that's interesting, huh? And I received this phone call while I was trying to screen record I'll show you here. While I was trying to screen record this, so I considered it an interruption, a purposed interruption. I've never gotten a call on my phone number for that person, okay? Never in my life have I gotten a call for that person. So let's listen to what was being said, what got interrupted.
I assume it to be of an off-world basis, but at that given time, I was dealing specifically with China as a threat, and I was told that I was being promoted for my strategic policy work, but that I had to let this China thing go. And I was like, well, what do you mean? Why do I have to let this China thing go? They said they're with us. So our deep state was working with China. That's one of the things I was like, oh my God, what am I involved with? And then they said, I said, okay, so if they're not the threat, what is? And they said they did that. So to me, and that was the group that I was supposed to go lead or manage, and that was what I was going to deal with. But before that, I had to step out. I would have been in too deep. All my clearances were going through, and I was like not getting into something that I did not agree with. And I knew what China was up to. Then I researched in like how they set up the Chinese deep state and the horrible things that they're doing to the Chinese people. And that's when I started to put all the pieces together. And oh my God, they don't work for us. Our deep state does not work for us. They work for like really psycho entities or whatever it is, demon possessed monsters that are just giving them all orders. And all of our white hats, Carrie, what really disappoints me is they're all just order followers. They're all just order followers. And
Well,
at the end of the day, that's what I was asking Juan. I'm like,
and I
Juan,
don't follow orders.
yeah,
But
I know you're
appreciate
wonderful, but that's not why you're not on the team.
I know,
Neither
I
am
know.
I.
But
And the dark
I
side
want to
tried
ask you
recruit
about
me.
Michael
Yeah.
Aquino, okay?
Yes.
Because you made this statement
Yeah.
in the very beginning about Michael Aquino,
Yeah.
and I know a fair amount about him and how diabolical he was. Please explain your statement about Michael Aquino.
Well, there's a brilliance to evil. I'm not going to lie. So Michael Aquino was brilliant, and he set up the foundations in a book called Mind Wars, which really changed the direction and focus of our military forces from saying like,
Okay.
why get into a gunfight? Let's go Sun Tzu. The best way to the highest victory is to win a war without violence. So how do you do that? And it's through neural warfare. So this is why they spend so much time in conditioning and mind controlling the masses, and they put so much money into the CIA agent mainstream media, bullshit artists, and they fool us, and they put so much time into developing the term conspiracy theorist, and we both know where that came from. So they've allowed this construct where they've weaponized the body against its own immune system. We thinkers, you and I, we're the neurons, we're the T cells that are supposed to defend humanity against this onslaught of infection, but they've weaponized the body through mind control against us. Mm-hmm. All we do is serve the people. All we do is give up and sacrifice our lives for the good of humanity.
Yes.
And we're the targets of ridicule, attack, and bullshit.
Right. Absolutely.
And that took a lot of work. All that came from a way of thinking, weaponize the brain. The brain, and that's what came from Aquino. And from that developed all these information operations fields like PSYOP, civil affairs, counter-terrorism. And what's terrorism? Terrorism is a label they put on anybody who's doing something they don't like so they can torture and dehumanize you. And all the fucking order followers just, okay. And they just follow orders. And, you know, the bad guys, they're jackals. I know what they are. They don't hide it. They jackal, they cackle, they're demon possessed. The order followers, I wish them generations and incarnations of suffering in the worst way that they created for us. Because if we go to hell, it's the order followers that are going to bring us there. Because they're supposed to be on our side. They're supposed to be defending us. The police, the cops, the military, the judges, they're supposed to be on our side. And they flipped.
So the establishment, the military, the cops, the judges, they've all adopted this concept because they see how effective it is to weaponize the brain, and that's what we're not just experiencing this on the gang stalking and targeted individuals on that front. This is happening across the board in every aspect. It's just a different label. That's all. It's a different label they put on it to divide and conquer us. Make no mistake. Anywhere you look now, I come across this. And this guy's spot on what he's saying. But this I was trying to document this because of how similar it was and everything, what he was saying, to what we're experiencing, what TIs are experiencing, what frankly half the world is experiencing, because the other half either works for the police, the government, the military, or one of these big corporations that are controlling the world, right? So make no mistake, this is across the board, okay? And if we don't get on top of it, it's going to be too late. So awareness is key. Spreading awareness is key. But just know that if you decide to start spreading awareness and waking people up to this, what you're going to get is a bunch of pushback. That's what's so crazy and unexplainable, is why everybody attacks what we're saying. Like, we're trying to wake people up and say, look, this is going on. It's right in front of you. And we get attacked for it and ridiculed by everybody around us. That's the crazy part, right? That's so crazy. And anybody who does it without even realizing it, I don't understand. I have to speculate and claim that they're knowingly doing this, because I find it too hard to believe that somebody who's intelligent can act in a certain way towards somebody who's showing you something so obvious that you just deny it. That's the hard part for me to comprehend. That somebody with intelligence, who is a seeker of truth, who wants to know the truth, works so hard to suppress it. And I'm sure, I could be referring to many people. I have one in mind, but anyway, it's a lot of different people that are acting like this. So this is just something that happened. Here's a video for you that this was one of the distractions, right? As you try to document these things, you're going to get pushback. You're going to get distractions, and it's hard. You have to battle around them. You have to find little workarounds and shit like that. But nobody ever said it was going to be easy, right? When you got a large majority of people acting, fighting against you, it's an uphill battle. But you just keep chugging along, right? Like the little engine that could. Choo choo.
That down.
Just keep
and that's
chugging.
why I am who I am, because I can't be influenced in that way. And
Okay,
so what do? They influence people around you. So if they can't get to you, what do? They hit everybody around you. They hit your partners. They hit your loved ones. They hit everybody around you, because they can't get you, because they want to take you down. They want to crush your spirit. Sure. They want to break you. But it's not going to break me. It just gives me less to lose and more to fight for. So it's never, ever going to break me, no matter what they do to me. All it's going to do is harden my resolve and really laser focus my energy on exposing all of this shit and bringing the whole fucking temple down on their heads.
And so that's how I feel. So you see, I don't think they realize that what they're doing is never going to work. They've actually created a monster. They've brought the tower down on their own heads. They're going to be their own demise. I would have never spent so much time or been so passionate about this subject had they not pushed me into that role. So I don't know if that's why I have a theory that maybe possibly that the we'll call them the puppeteers, so to speak, that the whole gang stalking thing is like a reverse psychology program to push people that they've identified as intelligent or people that might, that they could use, right, to naturally influence society to change, right, for the better. Because the only way that it's going to change is if people start doing their part. That's the check and balance that's missing, is the people. we're the problem. Like, we haven't done what we're supposed to do. You know, it's a government for the people, of the people, by the people. Well, the people aren't doing their job, right? And then the people that work in government, they've gotten comfortable with their power, and it's gone to their heads. So that's where we have the clash that we're seeing right now with the public and government, right? That whenever the public decides to shine a light on government, they don't like it. They don't like it because it exposes their comfort and how easily they are, you know, willing to fuck over the people and take your taxpayer dollars and shove it in their own pockets. They like that power. They don't want to lose that comfort, and it's understandable, but they lost sight of their purpose. They're supposed to be public servants, protecting and serving, and they forgot that. They must have just forgot what their role is, because the amount of pushback we're seeing across the board from the judges, the courts, the police, basically anybody involved in the state, any state-run agency. It's crazy, but yeah, that's I believe that's my analysis. That's my take on it, and it doesn't really matter if it's on purpose to push us into doing this, or if it's just a natural reaction to, you know, they've created a monster and they've let Pandora out of the box. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm still going to keep pursuing my purpose. At this point, I don't care if a bunch of people knowingly did this in order to push me to do this. I don't care, because I still know what I know. I've seen what I've seen. I feel what I feel. It's genuine, it's honest, and I don't, you know, I'm not trying to manipulate anybody or try to trick anybody into anything, and I'm not trying to irresponsibly influence or convince anybody to feel or believe a certain way or a certain thing. Not at all. I'm just trying to share with you what I see from my perspective, that something's wrong, something's fucking broken, and if everybody doesn't pitch in and do their part right now, there's no chance in hell it's going to survive. And everybody goes down with the ship. It's the Titanic. Nobody's going to survive this one, though. There's no lifeboats. So just food for thought. If you have an argument against this or a different perspective that's, you know, counter to this, please, I would love to hear it in the comments. Or, you know, this is a conversation we need to have. It's scary, yes, of course it's scary. Freedom is scary, deal with it. But this needs to happen. If you have any hope for your kids, for your grandkids, to have a future that's not the way I see it, it's going to be horrible for them if we don't do something. So if you have any hope for your family, your children, your offspring's future, then you'll do something. You won't turn your head and pretend you didn't hear this. You won't just play dumb and use plausible deniability. Oh, I didn't know. I'm just following orders. So, that's why I say, be good or be good at it.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, heard it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me.